although this wrist thing has been a concern because it's happened last year and it's happening again this year, it's nothing structural, right? So it's inflammation, which means there's fluid buildup, which means it's probably a problem somewhere else in his arm and not really his wrist. So whenever they can figure out how to make that go away, I think Bryce Harper gets back to being Bryce Harper, because it's not a structural problem with his wrist. It's more just something that is preventing him from getting the swings that he normally gets.
I know that there's no way you could possibly know this, and you, I guess, to some extent just answered the way you feel about it, but is there any situation where, like, this goes on for a few weeks, he gets to August, and he goes, I'm not the same guy, never mind, I'm out again. And it's just like, you think it's going to trend more towards, like, he figures it out and they're able to manage it and get the most out of him, as opposed to, holy smokes, like...
Yeah, I do, but I also do think that they're going to be a little bit more careful with him. I think he's going to be a little bit more careful with himself, and he's maybe not going to try and push through it a couple times.
I thought it was telling, and I know he had just come back, day 2, but the fact that he didn't play in the other game of the doubleheader, I'm like, okay, this is a little different for Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him get an extra couple days off that maybe he normally wouldn't have had as you go through the dog days here in July and August. That way he could try and be himself for, the last 3 weeks of the regular season and into the playoffs. So I do think you'll have a little bit of that where he maybe doesn't play as often, but I also don't think that he's going to be a shell of himself for the remainder of the season. And maybe I'm wrong.